On November 22, 2004, hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians took to the streets in protest of the election that took place that year. The peaceful protest would last a month and result in the Ukrainian Parliament's declaration that the elections were in fact falsified. These protests would come to be called the Orange Revolution. We caught up with witnesses and activists of the revolution in our next report. Let's listen to what they had to say.
Я приехал на первый курс учиться это сентябрь месяц.
It was my first year of university. There was already a feeling of change in the air, like something was awaiting us, some revolutionary or pre-revolutionary process. It was a feeling that everyone was preparing for something. On November 21st, the second round of elections were held. It was Sunday, as I remember, and on Monday we all went to class. Class was held as usual at first, but the third class never finished that day. What happened on Independence Square? Well, there were a lot of people there, the stage, tents. Those were the standard attributes. The university didn't just announce a holiday, we announced a strike. We were going to protest the election results. We were fighting for the votes to be counted correctly.
My revolution happened in this theater. Our theater announced at once that we're opening a room for overnight stays in our building. Actors and theater staff hosted protesters in their homes. We made sandwiches here and brought them to the Independence Square. The most touching moment for me was when miners from Donbass arrived. They went to work and they were thrown into buses without any belongings and taken to Kyiv to start an anti-protest here. We took warm clothes and went to talk to them. I talked to a man in his 50s. He was scared, he didn't understand why he was brought there. But the conversations brought us closer to each other. They saw that the majority of protesters were young people who can express their thoughts intelligently, and it assured them that there were no bandits here. If they would have stayed for another week, they would have accepted this with their hearts.
The police force was not always used legally, but in general, we understood that the police took a neutral position. There was a slogan then, "The police with the people." I think that at the moment, all law enforcement agencies took the right, neutral position.
One of the brightest memories was when all the police officers came to Independence Square wearing orange ribbons. There was a good illustration of the police with the people slogan. I even cried when I saw it. It was a festive revolution.
When Kyiv-Mohyla Academy announced a strike, I was working at a student radio station. I had a show called Ukrainian Format where we played Ukrainian music. There was a huge demand for Ukrainian music at the time. Then, for the first time maybe, we heard the song "Together We Are Many" by Green Jolly. Someone sent it to me saying the band wrote the song in support of the Orange Revolution.
The court's decision to hold a new election was the true victory of the revolution. But what I remember the most is the nationwide inauguration of the new president. There were balloons, pigeons. For the first time in modern history of Ukraine, people stood with the government. Many people now think that the Orange Revolution was childish in comparison to Maidan, but its contribution to the changes of the nation's consciousness was tremendous.